Hi everyone, thanks for the opportunity to present my investment thesis. Before we go into my proposed approach to how I think about a white space or an opportunity, I'd like to bring to the forefront the why. Why am I doing this? My mission as an angel investor is to add more operating expertise to my investee companies and to inject more diversity to the capitalization tables. I've had a fairly varied background in strategy consulting to corporate ventures to being an operator in early stage companies. What I have noted is the lack of diversity of gender and background on these cap tables, and I want to play some part, even if it's small, in driving the change. Diversity in thinking and experiences definitely creates positive commercial and societal outcomes. In the context of where we are, on a precipice of a potential recession, if history proves to be any sort of a reliable predictor, recessions have actually served as a launchpad for some of the world's most incredible businesses. On this slide, I've listed 9 industry-defining companies which have started during a downturn. Also missing in the slide is Airbnb, which was also started during the GFC. Now to the formal part of the presentation. The sudden and acute health and economic crises resulting from COVID-19 are catalyzing both consumer and business behavior changes today and will create new behaviors in the future which will have lasting impacts. I thought it would be relevant to frame emerging trends using a pandemic lens in which almost every industry has been upended, either positively or negatively. One thing is for sure, some of these impacts are lasting. I identified 3 major trends in which opportunities would exist. I'll address these in the following slides. The first macro trend is capitalizing on changing consumer behaviors. Some consumer behaviors which have been catalyzed fall within health, food, and housing sectors. These are important to note since 2/3 of the consumer wallet goes there. Additionally, the future ways of working have been expedited, and this has had a knock-on effect on multiple sectors such as wellness, food, e-commerce, and housing. COVID-19 has also changed the way we work, live, and trade. Some industries will never be the same, and markets will be made. In particular, global supply chain and manufacturing interdependence needs a rethink. Communication and distribution challenges and climate impacts relating to agriculture have surfaced again during the pandemic. Another trend is that there is a burgeoning rise of businesses solving niche problems at a faster rate in an economically viable way. The stage we are at now, post the many prior technological revolutions from the industrial one onwards, is one where entrepreneurs are able to deploy fast due to open source, no-code platforms and pre-built tools which require minimal capital intensity at a company inception. This means that early-stage funding can be deployed to businesses solving niche problems and have a higher probability of generating outsized returns without long periods of R&D. I decided to pick alternative proteins as a potential sector for investment. The reason is that there are dynamic and explosive forces at play, from technology advancements in lab-cultivated food, to consumer preferences, to environmental impacts, to governments worldwide redirecting their focus, supporting businesses solving food security and quality problems. Excuse the pun, but it's also a meaty sector, disrupting traditional farming and consumption industries, which have been laggards in innovation in this space. The global total addressable market is also huge for alternative proteins and is forecast to grow from $2 billion in 2018 to $240 billion in 2040, implying a 24% compounded annual growth rate, which is astronomical. Whilst there has been big investment rounds, the average deal size in this space is around $2 million and allows angels to play in this sector. Companies like Perfect Day, Impossible Foods, and a host of other startups are developing replacements for animal farm goods used in food, clothes, cosmetics, and chemicals, and have raised $1.5 billion through the first half of 2020. As we can also see on this slide, V2 Foods, an Australian company in collaboration with the CSIRO, recently raised $35 million and has major contracts such as Hungry Jack's. Australia has a strong history of agricultural innovation coupled with the premium nature of our food products. which makes it a great place for innovative businesses to solve these problems. With respect to company deal filters, I place a great amount of importance on founder market fit. It's important that the founding team should be the ones uniquely suited to solving this problem and that the problem statement is clearly defined and understood by the team. I believe that either a female or minority founder in a diverse team will also drive value, so would filter for these type of deals too. Whilst I am sector agnostic, I look to companies which try to go global from day one. Outside of software businesses, I am interested in sectors which are dire for our survival as a human race. In particular, agtech and climate tech are of interest to me. I am customer obsessed, so the net promoter scores or any other data which supports the frequency of use and solving a customer's jobs to be done is important early on, even if traction isn't large. With the company and deal filters in mind in the previous slide, I have identified two investable businesses which are at a seed stage, both with founding teams who either deeply understand the problem space or have founded companies before. They are also offering a great customer experience and are attacking big markets. The fund portfolio strategy guidelines I've listed here are theoretical. Based on a fund size of $400,000 to $500,000, I would aim to invest in 20 plus companies with an average ticket size of $10,000 to $25,000, which would be the minimum required to yield a power law curve distribution of returns. That is, a small number of companies in my portfolio would capture a large percentage of the total portfolio returns. My hurdle rate is an IRR of 22%, and this is pretty much what average angel returns look like. Whilst it's great to have a company and deal decision-making matrix, stacking the top of the funnel with quality startups is the most challenging part for a newbie investor like myself. In building a quality deal flow, I've identified 4 potential acquisition channels. Accelerators, pitch days, and demo days have been a great way to meet new startups. Start to explore the local and burgeoning ecosystem of talented syndicate groups such as Eleanor, Working Theory, and Scale, crowdfunding platforms, and my own internal network and WhatsApp groups. What's my brand strategy? I aim to position myself as an operator angel. Currently, I'm an advisor to 3 early-stage businesses in the fintech, deep tech, and AR/VR space. I have also been an operator in 2 early-stage tech companies at the Series A stage. These experiences have given me valuable first-hand company building skills in scaling operations and entering new markets. On the side, I'm building a program with a media partner for immigrant female business owners, which allows me to keep a pulse on early-stage companies with minority founding teams. So where to next? Starting from next month, I want to develop my deal sourcing pipeline, either through syndicates or informal investing groups. By December this year, I want to meet at least 10 new startups, and by Feb/March next year, I'd like to invest in 1 startup. Thank you so much for your attention.